Right, hi guys, and welcome to a wonderfully wonderful episode of CreepyPasta Stories and Info. It's been a while since I've done a recording. You know, it's been a very eventful couple of weeks with me going places and doing things. I'm not going to actually put into specifics where I went or what I did, but, stuff happens. And, as you can probably tell, I'm in my room. There's some photos of me behind me, like there. And, yeah, so I think, without further ado, oh god, do I just copy off equals 3? Please, Ray, just don't. No copyright, please. I have a fucking wart on my thumb and it's really painful for some reason. Let's just get into this, okay, guys? So this, creepypasta is called, um, God's Mouth. Now, God's Mouth is a cave. Apparently, it's a legitimate cave, but this is Creepypasta Wiki. You can't believe everything you hear on Creepypasta Wiki. It's it's not on, guys. And once you think about it for a while, you might think, wow, well, this is harsh as fuck, but it's obviously fake and gay. But this story is apparently legit. It's being told by some guy who, must have been there at the time, but I actually doubt it because, because if he was actually there at the time, he would be fucked up. Like he wouldn't have survived. This is God's Mouth Cave, guys. He would have been dead. All right, so God's Mouth Cave basically goes. The story goes a while ago. A husband and his wife decided to go for a nice walk for their honeymoon. I can't remember the fucking name of the two people. I can look it up later, or you can check out someone else's video. Just keep listening if you want to learn. Okay, so my neck is actually fucking itchy at the moment. God's Mouth Cave is actually one that actually is probably the only creepypasta that sends shivers up my spine because I like going cave exploring and shit. So for their honeymoon, a man and his wife decided to go for a nice picnic. And so, because the man was interested in spelunking and whatnot, like, you know, cave exploring, like I said, I like doing. This is starting to sound a lot like me, only I don't have a wife. So, yeah, God's Mouth, I'm just gonna stretch a while. Yeah, this lighting is actually really dark. It actually sets the mood. Like, if I was to say, turn my light off and, like, put a torch up to my face like this it would make it really scary. But, let me continue, okay, guys? So, basically, they found a cave, and they thought, you know what? This might be a good place to explore. Note that they decided to ignore all the warning signs that were around the cave. Danger, do not enter, rah rah rah. Uh, caution. You know what? Do not enter God's Mouth Cave. Was the sign that? What was the sign? Essentially, they walked in. They walked in, and they walked for a few hours, and they kept walking. So they was walking for a while until they stopped. The woman was complaining that she was tired. For some reason, they started having an argument, saying that, you know, we, I'm tired. I don't want to go any further. This is not my fault. Rah rah rah. You're the one who wanted to go spelunking, not me. You're the one who's interested in caves. Let's just turn around and go. So the man actually kept walking. He was actually pretty fed up with this chick. And so would I be if she was complaining to me. I'd tell her to get in the fucking kitchen and make me a sandwich. But that's not the point. I mean, because I'd really like a sandwich right now. I want to go to Subway. Anyway, getting off topic. Um, so the woman, about 5 seconds later, caught up to the guy and said, "I'm sorry. Let's keep walking. If we hit any dead ends, we'll turn around and go." Sure enough, after a few hours of walking, they hit a dead end, and it seemed that the roof was starting to get smaller as they walked on. So they turned around. the roof was going like that on them. So they turned around and decided to walk off. Now, they kept walking for a few hours, and by this time it was starting to get dark outside, but they didn't know that. They thought it seemed like days to them. They couldn't wait to smell the fresh air. But sure enough, they kept walking. They couldn't find the exit. The roof just kept getting smaller and smaller. They were completely unable to get out. So they walked backwards a bit. They backtracked until they found a fork in the road. Now this fork, obviously, one decided to go one way, the other decided to go the other way. So the chick walked for a bit until she was out of the man's sight. The man probably stopped for a ciggy along the way. Just had a bag and stopped and waited for a while. And so he's kept on walking. And so he's walked for a while. And suddenly he's heard this blood-curdling scream of pain. Well, it sounded like it was pain. But, it was a horrible scream. And, as the, yeah, screaming, and then suddenly silence. So the man called out his wife's name. Yep. And called out a few more times. He kept walking. Found a dead end, so he backtracked and went off to find his wife, which was probably his final and most stupidest mistake. He tripped on a rock and cut his elbow open, I think it was, or his shoulder. And he actually just kept walking, but it seems that, it's bad enough that, he was growing tired, he was growing weak, and his flashlight was losing its power. He kept walking for a bit, but he hit a dead end, and the roof was slowly getting lower. So he turned around to go back the other way, but it was just a dead end. He looked around him, and in the dim light of his flashlight, he could see that he was in fact surrounded by walls. There was no escape. He even looked up. There's like a roof above his head. There's nothing. So he has clearly had a nervous meltdown. He has sat down and cried. He's laid down traumatized. He's sat in the corner and rocked. And yeah, so he's just sitting there basically, and he has yeah, he's just waited for his oncoming death. It seemed that he would die of loneliness or claustrophobia, and then the walls started moving inwards. He could hear them moving. They seemed to be pushing him along the ground, ever so slowly, just slowly but surely creeping. He could see that the other wall across from him was moving as well. He lay down and cried for what seemed like hours, until he could feel the walls on his chest and back lay still, and in the last battery life of his torch, he could see in the corner the desiccated, completely blood-covered, annihilated corpse of his wife, as God's cave devoured its last victim. Anyway, that was a lovely story. um, yeah, I think, because that's not exactly how the story goes. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that, well, it was. It actually sent shivers up my spine. I mean, it is a decent story. Like, it's like Islas and Jack. It has potential to become. It could be better. It could be a little bit better. But the thing is, well, how can you make a story about a cave that eats people better? Let's see. There could be, I don't know, sharp stones that look like teeth. I think that was in the legitimate story as well, and one of the walls was warm as well. I left those two parts out. I haven't actually read the story. I've heard someone tell it to me, and I I tried to find it out for myself. I've read through the things. I've just quickly scrolled through. I've read the last paragraph, and I'm just like, this has potential. So, yeah, potentially, if this was legitimate, this could pose a real threat for spelunker's cave dwellers and shit. And, well, you know how it is. Like, if you were to say, oh, I don't know, find a cave that had warning signs all over the place, you get the fuck out of there. You don't go into the stupid cunt. You see a cave, you don't go into it. Like, as a rule, unless you know it's completely safe, you don't go in. It's stupid. I mean, and why, honestly, why would there be warning signs if no one knew about the cave in the first place? Unless there had been urban legends that just so happened to be true. The story just makes no sense on so many accounts. There's just so many loopholes in the story. Like what actually happened to the guy's wife? Like how did she die? Did she get crushed as well? Did her mangled corpse somehow get dragged to where he was killed as well? Did they ever find the bodies? You know, these things, they just make no sense at all. And you can tell that, that it's just, you know how it is, guys. You know how it is. Like, say I was to, I don't know, write a creepypasta myself about uh, I don't know, a magical chicken nugget that kills people. I don't know. All right. I love my chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are amazing. You can't go wrong with chicken nuggets. All right. So, I guess that. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, like my page on Facebook. I'll leave links in the description below. Also, like, favorite if you want. You know, favorite would be really nice on my behalf. Comment on what you want to see me do next. I am really hoping to see your comments, because on my observer video I've got a few comments. I've got that many views now. It's amazing. I mean, I'm amazed at how many views I have in fact got. Like, guys, this is astounding. Like, I didn't. I mean, I thought I'd get a few views for the observer, but not this many. Like, come on. I've got at least 200 and something, like 250 something, almost 300. But this is great, and I mean, I'm not even rivaling anyone. I don't rival people. I'm only doing this for you guys because you seem interested in creepy shit on the internet, like Two Girls One Cup. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't Google Two Girls One Cup if you've never seen it before, guys. That stuff's actually really disturbing. You don't want to watch that. I watched it once. I lost faith in all humanity on that day. So, thanks for watching, guys. You've been a wonderful audience, and this is Nova Parrot signing off. And